Nappie!
Yeah, that's it.
So those of you who don't know Nappie, he is a YouTuber and he is a Pan-Africanist. He is a Pan-Africanist and then he shows Africa to the world. So he has two responsibilities on his shoulders and none of it is easy. So Nappie, who is Nappie? Tell us. I think my subscribers want to know who Nappie is.
All right, thank you so much, Wode Africa show. I'm really privileged to be here. I'm on the show.
Yes, the Wode Africa show.
I'm really privileged to be here today, and I'm so happy because Africans are really getting together.
Yes.
Not just Africans, but Africa in the diaspora too. So today I'm here to do a nice video, and she's saying I should introduce myself. So that's it. So I always go by the name Nappie Briggs, and my channel is Nappie Briggs. I'm a Ghanaian-based YouTuber. I do travel vlogs, random vlogs, Africa to the World project, which was initiated by Wode.
Yes.
And yeah, that's Nappie.
So that's Nappie. You
Yeah.
know, this is like Ghanaian YouTubers supporting each other.
That's it.
You know, the ancient old narrative says that we don't support each other, we fight and kill each other. But this is new Africa, and this is what you see. I think this is not new Africa. This has been Africa, but like not being put in the right light, you know, for people to see. So,
as we Africans, we need to tell our story our own way for people to know what we are. Like we are the real deal.
We are the real deal. Did you hear that? Yes. Okay, so Nappie, as a young Ghanaian YouTuber, I know this work demands a lot. And your passion as a Pan-Africanist and also trying to show Africa to the world. That is something that Wode started, and you know we all trying to support because it's a very good initiative. I want to ask, when did you become a Pan-Africanist? How did it start for you?
All right, thank you so much. So in 2017, I was a student still in the university, and that was my time of like. I was completing, and I met Wode, and Wode told me to help me film a video.
Which university was it? Oh, Tagbade, really?
Yeah.
What's the name of the university?
Tagbade Technical University.
See? Really, Wode?
That's right.
Tagbade Technical University? Yeah. You have to come for us to go and do a video in the school.
So he told me to help him film. And I actually did, and he was like, "Oh, bro, you can do good videos. So you have to start a YouTube channel." He didn't know me. He didn't know me at all. So I took the opportunity to start a channel, but I wasn't good. For me, I wasn't good. And a friend told me that I should help him start filming. So we go on the street, we do street videos and all that. And I saw something unique about Ghana. So I decided to go for it and be a Pan-Africanist, like not 100% Pan-Africanist, but to support what we have, to show to Africa that we are also good in one way or the other. So Africans can actually come together and do something good for people to know how beautiful the continent is. So I actually started it, and Wode told me to do it. So I started my first video, and it was super good.
Wode
Shout out to Wode. It was
Shouts to you,
and this is it. Now I'm here having 10,000 followers, and it's so amazing. Thank you so much, each and every one. I really appreciate it.
And you know, if you don't know this gentleman, you should check out his videos, because his videos are of top quality, and there's so much truth and so much stories in there.
Thank you so much.
You know, that will give you an idea of the representation of this continent, and I'm so proud of him for the work that he does.
And I'm so proud of you too. And if you've seen me on her channel because you saw me and you clicked, please don't forget to subscribe to your channel.
Thank you.
Doing so well.
And to my subscribers, he is also another example of, you know, if you want to know what, you know, something beyond what you see on my channel or other channels, you you can
I think this
subscribe.
It's a time for shout outs.
Yes, shout outs.
She's also doing so well, not just Pan-Africanism, but she's doing women empowerment. She's empowering women,
yes.
like young and everyone. So please don't forget to subscribe to your channel.
Thank you so much. This is good. Yeah. Okay, so I would just quickly like to bring this across. We have the global Black family WhatsApp group. Okay. So if you are interested in connecting with the diaspora, if you know anyone who wants to, have quality people and connect with the continent, please send us an email. I'll leave my email in the description box. Subscribe first, send us an email, and then tell us why you want to join the family. That's it. And then we would, get you ready and add you to the family. Yeah. Quality people in the motherland and in the diaspora. So it's serving as a bridge for our two communities. Now let's move on, because it's his time on the seat. Okay, so if you look at religion and Pan-Africanism, I'm talking about Pan-Africanism in the sense of being awakened to our challenges, the challenges that we have faced, including brainwashing, colonization, slavery, the fight that some key members of the Black community, the fights that they've put up to our aggressors, to our colonizers, to our enemies. How do you think religion is impeding the efforts in Pan-Africanism, or the awakening of the people on the continent, the people on the continent? Because sometimes it's difficult to talk about it, but it's something we must talk about. So what's your take on it? Okay, so religion as a whole it came to us. We're actually having our own type of religion, which I wasn't there to know. And we used to worship smaller gods. We used to there was something called there was something called the cave art. So these ancestors drew things on the walls of the caves, like animals which they were going to hunt for. So if they draw them, they actually deform some parts of the body on the walls. So when they go hunting, that's the same way they get the animals. That's the same way they hunt for them. So can you explain? I'm interested in this one. So for instance, we want to go for a buffalo. Okay. So we engrave it on the walls of the cave. Of the cave. Yeah, and deform some parts of the body. Ooh. Like we're going to hit this part. That when we go for hunting, this is the same part. Something like a strategy. Yeah. A plan, a strategy before the hunting. Yeah. So when we go for hunting, that's the same way we're going to attack the buffalo. Wow. That's the same way we're going to attack it, and that's the same way we're going to get it. Wow. So that's how you go to caves and you see these types of drawings on the caves. Okay. And some parts will be bloody and all that. Okay. They were not used for rituals. They were for hunting. For hunting. And this is what they believed in. And it was working for them. And these people came to us to tell us that it was full of rituals, which we were brainwashed, and we understood it in the wrong way. They brought us Bible, and they took our gold. Yes. There's a saying that I get it. Like this world is not our home. No. We're just passing through. Yeah. Our wealth riches in heaven. Yeah, poor man has no friend. Take the gold. Poor man has no friend, but they always come to us. Yes. Very friendly, talks to us nicely, but they take everything away from us. So we've inculcated religion to be like, it's so superior that you can't do anything without it. Yeah. There's like they say, Nappie. You can't be at home, feel hungry, pray to God, and get satisfied. No, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. What do you think the youth? How do you think the youth of today? Because there's something that is called stigmatization or judgment. Because once you decide to say, "Oh, okay, I'm Pan-African. I'm not into this anymore," you don't even have to say you're Pan-African. Just the mere fact that I'm woke, I'm now awake.
Yeah.
I know what's up. I want to go this. You see your mother preaching you, your father preaching you, everybody trying to preach you to say you are a lost cause. How can people who have awoken and realize that this is not me, this is not for me, this is not my identity, this is the tool of oppression, therefore I wash my hands of it? How can they, how can you encourage them to stay steadfast in this kind of new realization?
This is quite heavy and deep. So it's very difficult for like a brainwashed person to understand what you're about to do and how to convince them, even though they are not going to be part of it. You are going to do your own thing, but how to convince them that you are this or you are that, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
So it's a kind of step-by-step thing, which should open their eyes. So for instance, let's say, okay, I'm Ghanaian, and I'm a citizen in UK. So I come back home.
So you're the Ogboni of Ghana. You see?
I come back home, and later I go back to the UK, and a newborn baby, who is a white baby, I'm trying to explain that I'm from UK, I'm a British. This baby won't understand. Because I'm not white. I'm black. So these things are so difficult for us as like millennium children
to understand.
So it's just about systematic and we taking it step by step to understand each other.
So what he said, I think what he's trying to say is that if you get your awakening and you realize what's going on, you have to take it one step, one step after the other, because you live in a family, you live in a society, and they probably do not have your realization. So throwing it upon them to say, you are sleeping, you don't know what you're doing and stuff like that, might not necessarily work the way you expect it to work. So I think that we all, if you're woke, and you understand what our situation is as black people around the globe, how do you think is the best way to approach your family, your member, your friends? How? Because it's something we should talk about. How? What's the best way to approach them?
It's as I said, step by step. It's kind of difficult to just open up to them. So the first approach you can do is set an example. You set an example, which it should work.
It should.
Because it's working already, but your example should work. So that they see that this is what you're doing and this is what you gain out of it. Yes, so that's it.
Okay. Well, so that's what he's presented. We should live by example. And we should, I think that I see, honestly, I won't sit here and say that. I think I see the awakening going step by step, because these days I see more and more women go natural. Cut off the chemically processed hair and start going natural. I see more and more, even the bourgeois, kind of liking to wear their Friday, African print on their Fridays, but I think Fridays alone is not enough. And I think that the current government is trying to institute March as Made in Ghana month, so that in March, for the whole month, we wear Made in Ghana. But that alone is not enough, because the awakening has to do with a totality of who we are. If we are awake, we will know that it is important for us to trade amongst each other. If we are awake, we know that the pull him down syndrome, which people call PhD, it will never see us rise. We must support each other in every way. We must be more tolerant with each other, because don't forget, because of colonization, slavery, brainwashing, we do not have self-love as Africans. That is why you see an African trying to pull a sister or a brother who is succeeding down instead of supporting. So we need to realize that, first of all, we need to acknowledge the post-traumatic colonization and slavery syndrome. So we have to learn about our situation right now. As Black people all over the world, we have to learn about our situation. So once we know our situation, then that is the only time that we can begin to work on it. But if we live in denial, then we're going to be in denial, and it's never, the awakening is never going to happen for, especially those of us on the continent. Okay, so I would like to ask you, Nappie, I see that, I always want to commend our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who have made the bold decision to come to the continent. Because it's not easy to live your life, be accustomed to a way of life and then just decide to leave it and go and live in another country. So I always say I really commend them and I give them a thumbs up for all the efforts. How do you think, have you met any?
A lot of them.
Yes. Okay, what is their experience, as you've heard from a Ghanaian perspective? What is their experience?
Okay. So the little I heard, it's not easy out there. They being Black in a different line, it's not easy with them. But they've actually planned of coming back for a long time. Not necessarily the year of return, but they really wanted to come long ago. So like they had their own plans
before.
Okay. And they were scared to come because of what the Western media is showing them. Okay. Western media is always telling lie about Africa, that Africa is full of poverty, Africa is full of animals. Like lions can come to your home anytime when we have pets.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but it's true. This is true. This is part of the narrative.
I met one girl and she was like, Nappie, I didn't know Ghana was this beautiful. Like she said, I still feel like I'm in New York.
Oh my God!
Yeah, she didn't believe it, and she saw cars moving and said like expensive cars are in Ghana too. Like she didn't believe this. She's never seen anything like this in the US. Like always is bad negativity on CNN, on BBC, sorry to say, but they're showing bad things about Africa, which is never true. So this girl was actually talking to me about how she can still come back home, invest and make a lot. Like she says we have the potential, but we don't see them. Because they have actually learned so much and they know what they do. And how to start something, like so she said the little I can do here can even give me as much as I can build a house here.
Oh yes.
Yes, that's what she said. Yes. So Nappie, don't come to the US. Please stay here, make money, and live your life.
Yes.
Like, oh, thank you so much. So, it was so beautiful. I've met a lot of them. They really want to come back.
Yeah.
And during the year of return, in December 2019, it was amazing. Like a lot of them came through my channel.
Wow.
They actually met me and it was amazing. And they are going to come back again. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So were you at the Afrocellas?
No,
Afro Nation?
Actually I was taking them to Cape Coast, Kumasi. I was roaming around Ghana, so I wasn't able to go to any of them, attend any of them. I'm so sorry.
Okay, but it's going to be an annual event.
Yeah. So now I'm going to
I think Afro Nation is going to repeat in Ghana for the next 5 years.
5 years.
And I think
Afrochella is here to stay.
Is here to stay. Yeah. So look, people, Afrochella was lit. Afro Nation was lit.
Super.
Add it to your budget and come to Ghana this December because it's going to be lit. The fun fair is going to be here in Accra. Okay, so tell us about your channel. What are some of the challenges that you've been through and how have you navigated this point?
All right. As a traveler, I just do my thing. Most of the times I don't really search about the country, but I only do the political aspect when they're having their voting, when politicians having their whatever. That's what I do most, because you can't go to a country where there's politics, like high rate of politics, and there will be war or other things, like conflicts and other things. I don't think about Africans doing that, but I need to check on that. So one big challenge I've had traveling It's money. It's money. Just be prepared. Like, be well prepared before you travel. If you travel with a low budget, you're going to regret.
It's true. And if you and you know, thanks for mentioning this, because especially when you're going to a new country, like you want to relocate here. For me, I mean, I understand those who say just get up and go. But sometimes I also say that if you are not experienced in traveling on queue, I say have plan A, that is the shortest possible term plan, then have the medium term plan, and then the long term plan. Because what short possible term plan is going to do is to make sure you're eating when you get here, and then it's going to allow you time to put your medium term plan in place. And then once your medium term plan is in place, it's going to help you to put up your long-term plan, like building a house and all of that. So for example, if you have an online job that is paying you already, when you come to Ghana today, it means next week you can go to your ATM and take money for food. So you don't have to be stranded where to sleep. You can get your Airbnb, you can be mobile. Then after that, you have to have a medium-term plan. Are you going to try and get a job? Are you going to start something that earns you money locally, because you need to be, rooted, have a good foundation here. Then after that, your long-term settlement. Are you planning to build a house? Are you planning to buy a house? Are you planning, what kind of investment are you going to be doing? You need to sit down and have these plans, because if you don't, then you would get so stranded, you would think you made a wrong decision. But the whole thing is you probably didn't plan well. So, I just wanted to add that to what you just said. So tell us, how many countries have you traveled to? And what are those countries that stood out for you?
Alright. So it's Kenya, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, but I didn't spend much time. It was just less than an hour, so I didn't really. I don't want to add it to it. So now it's 3 instead of 4. And the country that stood out for me, it's Kenya, but Uganda has taken over. Kenya.
Whoa. Kenya, is Kenya in the house?
Yes. Kenya. If you're a Kenyan, you actually did the most. But now Uganda is on top. Like just by one. So
Uganda. What did you do?
Thank you so much. Actually, when I got to the country, I was called to have dinner, and when I was having dinner, they brought a surprise cake for me. And they were singing, "Welcome to Uganda, welcome to Uganda." Thank you so much, Uganda. I really appreciate it. I'm coming back to Kampala.
Shouts to Kampala, Uganda.
Thank you so much.
And shouts to Kenya.
And can you believe I did these countries in just 20 days?
Whoa.
I did Kenya last year, but this year, just in 20 days, I did Kenya, I did Uganda, I did Rwanda.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, you just mentioned Rwanda, so we're going to go there. Okay, so what's your take on Rwanda? Go.
Rwanda is so beautiful, like so clean, super clean. I didn't get a chance to move around because it was raining every day. Every day. I was all indoors every single time. I've made a video today and I'm posting it right now, so you can check it out.
Yes.
It was so clean.
You need to check Nappie's YouTube channel app and then subscribe, okay? Check it out and subscribe, because he's doing an amazing job on the content. So please check out his channel and subscribe. It's important that you subscribe to it. So please don't let me stop you.
It was raining every day, so I was always indoors. The time I had, when I go out, it started raining again. I have to come back.
How about the food? How was the food?
Rwanda don't have varieties. It's one way rice, a bit of they call plantain banana. So a bit of plantain, like ripe plantain, they call it banana. So like they have about 4 foods on just one plate. And they take contomere. They take contomere. They take ugali too, which I saw it in Kenya. Ugali is like
cassava leaves.
like akbele. Yeah.
Okay.
And they take cassava leaves too.
Yeah.
So these foods I mentioned is always on one plate for you, just one plate, like a whole lot of food on one plate.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you want to eat, that's the same food you eat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you want to show a little balance, you have to take maybe noodles, rice, and you don't take plantain. Then you add your cassava leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have like the options to
take.
like on the and
But anytime you want to eat a whole lot, that's the same food you eat.
Okay.
One country that has varieties is Uganda.
Oh
my God. I love that country. Like, I love food so much.
See, guys, now you know he loves food. So you see, the love for Uganda is deeply rooted in the food, guys.
Like, we have varieties, and what we call Ghana soup.
Okay.
It's called Ginat something. Luombo. Oh my God, Luombo was so good. Like, it was so good, no doubt about that. With matoke.
I'm trying it out when I'm in Uganda.
With matoke, lomo with cassava, lomo with, like, it was super good. And can you believe it came in a plantain leaves?
Woo!
So you need to open it out and eat. Oh my God. So that's why Ghana is taking over.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. He had a wonderful experience in
And if you want to travel East Africa, remember, like, they actually have something in common. East Africans have something in common. They mostly use bikes a lot. I mean, motorbikes a lot.
Okay.
And I was in Kenya. I saw like bicycle, just like Uber.
Okay.
But you don't order from the phone. You go to the street and get it from there.
Really?
Bicycle. Yes. I can give you that video so you share it there.
Yes, please. I would definitely share it.
So bicycle in Uganda, I saw it. In Kenya, I saw it. In Rwanda, it was there.
It was there.
So like they actually have something.
So that's something that you see as a common denominator in all
East African countries. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was really nice experience to use it. It was cheap, like super cheap. If you're on a budget, a low budget, you can use it. Don't go for Ubers, don't go for
I personally love my East African brothers and sisters.
Alright.
And the reason why I love them is because they, I think they're more closely knit. I don't know, but I think they're more closely knit, and the youth is very active.
They are mostly youth.
The youth, yes.
They are mostly youth, unlike West Africa, like Ghana, for instance.
Yeah.
Like in East Africa, everywhere you go, it's full of youth, especially in Rwanda.
And they know their thing. They know their thing.
They know everything themselves.
They know their thing.
The government just give everything to them. Do it. The youth, do it.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
East Africa shouts to you like, you guys, you can lead. You can lead a renaissance in your countries that the world has never seen.
That's so true.
And this awakening, I think, it's going to start from that side.
Yeah.
It's from East Africa to Southern Africa, coming out. I think it's really going to. I think Nigeria is,
it's
moving fast and coming up. And I think recently Nigeria has become unofficially the technology hub in West Africa. Yeah. And the youth, you see, that's why I'm telling you that I like the youth in these East African countries, because they have dealt with so much wars and brainwashing, and most of this hunger videos and poverty videos are filmed from there, but they've not let that stop them. You see that the youth are woke and the youth are ready to take their destinies in their own hands. So I kind of like, shouts to my East African brothers and sisters, and I believe that very soon the West, the East, and the South, I said East again, the West, the Central, and the South will join, follow suit. Okay, so when you travel and you go back to Ghana, what do you think are some of the things that we can change, we can do better? And what are the things too that you think other countries can learn from Ghana?
All right. Looking at things, Kenya is the largest producing tea in East Africa, and maybe, if I stand to be corrected, in the whole of Africa.
Wow.
And Rwanda is the largest producing coffee.
Okay.
And Ghana is the largest producing cocoa.
Cocoa.
So we can actually exchange.
Yeah.
I took a beverage to Uganda and I made them try it. They really loved it. I tried their tea and I loved it too.
Yeah.
So we can actually change a trade so that we don't take these things up there. They'll come back. You see,
trade amongst ourselves. See,
as a normal Ghanaian, like
people, black people all over the world. Yeah. So this is what the youth, are saying. Intra-Africa trade is essential to our rise. Intra-Africa trade. A lot of foreigners come to our countries and they bag everything, products grown in Africa, and label it made in China, made in Vietnam, and all of that.
Sorry to cut you off. Can you believe, or do you know, that a normal, let me not use normal, like a farmer in a rural area can't buy chocolate, a bar of chocolate, or has not even tasted
a bar of chocolate.
And the person has a cocoa farm, acres, like hectares, but can't. It's so sad. It saddens my heart.
I think the recent Ghana and Ivory Coast, pact to actually
take the cocoa there.
Yes,
they'll give us the end product.
To increase the cost of cocoa per metric ton.
I read about that. Yeah.
It has kind of like given a significant amount of the how do you call it, the global expenditure on cocoa or chocolate related products is kind of giving part of the profits back to the farmers. And so we're hoping that it's still not the best. We're hoping that more such initiatives come up so that our farmers can actually receive a lot more of the proceeds on chocolate or cocoa related products and coffee related products, and it can go to this tea related products. Farming must become a thing people do because it will make them wealthy, not a thing that people do because they don't have any other option. Tell me about farming, how farming is viewed in Africa.
Farming here in Africa is seen as one of the worst jobs, but in the Western world, they're all wealthy. Like, they're so rich. If you're a farmer, like if you're called a farmer, it's something like you produce food for the world.
Yes.
You are producing food for the world. So if you don't produce food for me, I can't survive.
Yes.
So you need to be so rich in the extent that you can produce more.
Yeah. And the governments kind of like set them up to be able to produce. And I think that my show is not political.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have these conversations and gets to the point where some certain things must be said, and you have to say them. And I think that our current crop of leaders should get to the point where they understand that equipping the youth to get into mechanized agriculture, to get into mechanized way of farming, is what can support the intra-Africa trade. Because the secretariat is in Ghana, you know that?
No, I have no idea.
Yes, the secretariat is in Ghana. Wow. So, the Africa Free Trade Agreement, the secretariat is in Ghana. So how are we going to benefit from it? The intra-Africa trade is at the lowest. Wow. If you look at how Africa trades with the rest of the world, we are at the lowest, around 13% or something.
It's really bad.
Nothing to write home about. So if we can equip our youth to start, going into mechanized farming, we can export, we can trade with other countries, and we can maintain the wealth within Africa for the youth.
Awesome. Awesome.
Do you have anything to add?
Let's just come together as one people. Don't see some jobs to be inferior and others to be superior. White collar jobs are there, you can go for it, but you can manage agriculture as a white collar job. So that's it. Let's just come together and help each other grow as one.
And you know what? I think all these white collar jobs, as we describe, mostly is part of the brainwashing.
Yeah.
To think that agriculture is for the poor, agriculture is for the village or bush people. Everybody finishes the university, they want to get an office job, but yeah. But farming is a wonderful opportunity. Yeah. People are going into farming. See how the government has promoted made in Ghana rice. Mm-hmm. As I'm sitting here, I'm eating Ghana rice in my home.
Awesome.
So yes.
I love food so much, so I'll come.
Yeah, you're invited. You're always invited.
Yeah.
Like I eat Ghana rice. I sell Ghana rice. I'm into locally manufactured foods, and all the foods I manufacture, 100% of the ingredients are made in Ghana.
Awesome.
You see?
Awesome.
So imagine we have people using locally grown materials to produce.
You're going to be rich.
Yes, the wealth is going to come back. Yeah. So I like it when I talk to the young people of the country like this to kind of get their perspective on what we are talking about.
Yeah.
So, hey, what would you leave with my subscribers?
Thank you so much for having me. It's been awesome chit chat. I love it so much. I'm going to come back on this channel. And please remember, if you find this color anywhere, please come back home. We love you so much, and we're going to be with you forever.
Yes, Africa is for all of us.
If it's your first time, please don't forget to subscribe.
Yes.
Subscribe to the channel.
And please check out his channel. I'll leave the description in the box. I will leave a link to his channel in the box. You can always check his channel out and subscribe. And please subscribe and click the notification bell. The one that says all. Okay, the all. click it, and then hey, thank you so much for staying tuned. We have enjoyed having you on the show as much as I believe you've enjoyed having Nappie on the show today, and we'll come up your way next time. Thank you so much, and stay blessed. Okay, and remember, Ubuntu. I am because we are.
That's it.
Okay, and as my sister Gina will say, stay true. African superstar will say, stay true. Yes, and Dr. Mumbi will say, live your best life. Right? I hope you and you live in your best life. All right, people. Ciao.
Bye. No, it's a year apart. All right, bye. That was awesome.